Well, it's a while since we've been in here.
Mm.
Oh, it's lovely down here. The walling's beautiful, it's cool. The colour's rock on rock. Hardly any water.
John, second bag on its way. Checking the collar. The collar seems good. Keep your feet away from the wall. Brickwork looks alright. What have you? This is the small chamber down, I think we're at about 38 metres here, and then it continues all the way down to the floor to about, I think we said 44.5. I'm going to try and hold the camera out so that you can look to the surface without me leaning over the shaft, but there's the surface. There's our hole in the floor, which we previously bolted, although I'm going to check those today and potentially re-bolt them. That's why we've got all the bolting kit. Up there, further passages that John's exploring, they don't go very far. Being safe today, for once. Got the gas detector, I don't know if you can see on there. So it's 19.6. And for those that know about gas, it's generally at the top of the shaft. It should be 20.9. 19.6 is absolutely fine. These have been adjusted by me, so they will alarm if it goes to below 15%. That's our cut-off. But obviously any other alarms that come up, if there's hydrogen sulfide that's present, or it detects methane, anything like that, then we would come out straight away. Yeah, I might stick another bolt in here, I think.
Yeah.
These are a little bit loose. Yeah, I might stick a thunderbolt in. Okay. A lot of rope rub. A lot of rope rub there. Definitely wouldn't want to keep doing this all the time. Ah. Must have left a hacksaw and some roping last time we came. So this is the bottom of the shaft that we looked down originally. What we've got here is there's been some sort of collapse. This was some sort of way to pass the material through. So this was like an opening where the bucket would come down to the bottom. But you can see here it's all just collapsed in. In fact, there you go. Look at that. Remnants of an old digging bucket. And yeah, it's just trickling through there. Interesting. Put a nice new rope on this shaft. Oh, I'm going to have to rethread that because it's... Is it in good nick? Yeah, it's not too bad.
The drill going.
I'm just going to capture a quick video now to explain that we're stopping here. We have gone further than this, down there, but the passage sort of goes under our feet. So this is the shaft, lower than the bottom shaft. But if you just look where these stacked dead ace, it's just absolute, just hanging death here. I'm just doing a video, John, and you can see that there's nothing holding together. They're just pressed against each other, and it goes all the way there. If we touch this or adjust or affect it all, it's all going to come down on there. And it's the same on this side as well. So you can see I've bolted that there, and I've come down slightly, but even the roof in that, the top of that shaft is not good. I'm just not happy. I'm not happy doing it. I'm calling it. It's not worth it. I'm sure in time, if we come back and we get some scaffolding in, we can secure all this. It'll be a bit of a job, but it's not something we can't manage. But right now, I need to get out of here because I am in a very precarious position. This is not ideal. So I'm just on the other side of where I was bolting before. You can see the new anchor bolts that I've put in there, and John is just backing the rope away that will take that with us. So I went about halfway down that lower shaft. So if we, let's say we're at about 45 metres currently, and that shaft there's probably another 10. I went down about 8. So about 55 metres. Now the problem is, and the reason we've had to stop is, I mean, we went past it last time, but we're obviously feeling braver, and maybe we've become a bit older and a bit wiser these days. But you see, but just below here, so here and the other side, all that is just stacked deads, and it's all held together with just by pressure and a bit of clay, and it undercuts just where I stopped down near the bottom there. So if you was to touch that, it'll all come down on your head, and you can even see, look at all that just above John's head. Come to a bit here where the roof looks to have fallen in. If we work our way up and look up, passage continues there, so we'll go explore that in a minute. But what we've got here is just a small rise, what they would call a rise when they went upwards. Just a little one. Now I reckon they worked this, and what they did is because they didn't want to carry all the deads out, the deads being the waste material they don't need, I think they stacked it above them in this void, and then they put stemples across, which is what you can see there. So, and they've given way and it's all collapsed in. However, unlike a proper collapse, it looks relatively safe. Relative. What I've got here, so you can see they've put stacked deads in there, a little hollow. I'm going to squeeze under there and see what I can see. More hoop iron marks in the ground there. Some lead, a little bit of galena, lead ore. You see the lead in the middle, and it weighs quite a lot as well. You see the lead. What we have here is remnants of footprints of the hoop irons the miners wore. You see here the slight curve. They're hoop irons on the bottom of the feet. I think these bigger ones will be my welly prints from when we came here a few years ago. But yeah, you can see the lines from the hoop irons. You see the seam of lead. So they clearly decided to leave that because it wasn't good enough. Little vein there. It's very good. And if we look down here, we can see, this is very interesting, you can actually see where the miners dug the fingers and then they scooped out the clay in order to stick the candles to the heads or to the the hats or the wall. They would have reached in there, so the fingerprints in there are from miners from sort of probably the 1830s, around that time, and no one's been here since. We've got a shot hole here on the left with the star that's been made by the edge of the cutting blade, I suppose you want to call it. In here, more fingerprints where they've scooped the clay out of the wall, but also you can see a sharp bit there, which I reckon he put his pick into there, maybe just to keep it there for a moment whilst he rested. More shot holes. Interestingly, I am currently travelling back towards the main shaft in Chatsworth. However, what do we notice about these shot holes? So that's going away. That's from my calculations and survey. I look at the surveys. That way is back towards Glory Mine that way. But there's a collapse there. All these shot holes are driven in the opposite direction towards Chatsworth. So the passage must have been driven towards it, as opposed to what I originally thought, that they'd driven it from Chatsworth away. I'm back to the bottom of the main shaft in the little hole in the floor that runs down alongside it. Here's your collapse, and we're going to go to the left this time rather than the right and see what's up here. We have been here before, however, John tells me there's a shaft which I may have missed last time. We've got something, bits of metal, don't know what that would be for, some sort of hook. It's obviously snapped off something. Some wood. Some supports on the floor in front of me there. We've got nails, old nails, square nails with a square head. Here we look to have a chair and more nails that they've obviously left here because they intended to reuse it, I assume. We just put to one side so you can see the chair. So the rail, mining rail, would have sat in that, and then that would have gone on the floor here like this. Mounted on the floor, rail sits in it, another one on the other side, two rails, and then the cart runs along it like that. Possibly those nails were used to attach it to the floor, I'm not sure. Another chair there with a nail through it, larger nail through that one, and some larger nails there. I imagine they were the ones for attaching chairs.
You see the horizontal bits there? I think it's probably not in the future.
Lots of stacked deads above me there. It's a bit scary, especially as my rope's quite close to it. Certainly not a place I want to hang around in. But yeah, looks like this is the end. Just a hole in the floor, just what they called a sump. Chasing a vein downwards, you can see there, chasing it down. So that doesn't lead to anywhere down there. We have a section of worked out vein here. We can see there's shot holes rather than going all vertical, they go horizontal. So let's have a little look. Let's have an explore. You can see the vein in the roof. Well, it does seem to go a bit of a way, does this? Look at that. Right. So that crack in the rock that I just explored part way down the shaft, and I said I might do another video. Well, I've just come all the way down there, so it's quite an opening, probably, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 meters. And we've come to this bit here. We've got some stacked beds there I'm going to stay away from. It goes down to the floor there. I've landed on a boulder floor. We have here a rock drill. Quite a cool find. There's our cutting edge, hammering edge. Pretty cool. I don't think this was there the last time we came. This looks like a recent fall. You can see some stopings up there. Maybe like an X shape of the wood at the top. We've been up those. We've been up those before. They don't really go very far. Well done, mate.